Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. I'm actually going to change my introduction going forward. I'm going to say, hey everyone, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts, because it's entirely unnecessary and redundant for me to say, it's me, Doomlink, when I'm already introducing a series that includes my name. You know, I mean, obviously it would be my Live Hunts, and therefore I must be Doomlink. But anyway, I'm actually waiting for a friend to join here, and this is not that person. I was lucky enough to make this room and have this guy join, and I don't want him to leave after having developed some impression that not much is going on in here. So I'm happy to maybe two-man something with him just to start off with. Maybe something quick. Yuli, who is the person that I'm waiting for, is someone that I haven't played with on camera since I think when I was last playing Monster Hunter Portable, which is the Japanese version of Monster Hunter Freedom 1. And that was probably maybe 4 or 5 months ago, maybe even 6 months ago, I'm not sure. What is a quest we could do that's not too long? Don't want long drawn out hunts at this stage. This is what it means. Or this is what I mean when I say that it's much better to have someone else choose a quest if you don't have a specific objective in mind. It's much nicer to have someone else choose for you. Who's joined? Yuli. Alright, Yuli's here. The last time I was playing with Yuli, technically off camera because I'm not going to be saving the previous live stream that I did with Yuli, for various reasons, mostly audio-related reasons, but there were content-related reasons as well as to why I won't be saving that live stream. Yuli had made his own room, and we were just doing his quests, and it got one of the hunters offside. He was like, I'm going to go and make my own room because you're not doing turns, and he said it in a rather disgruntled fashion, and I get it. Other people may want to actually do the quests they want to do as well. I don't think that would be unusual. You know, when I tap the fucking... Oh my god. You know, the Twitch app on the phone just barely functions. It barely functions. I can't even pause my own live stream. I'm forced to watch it, like... This is pretty shocking, Twitch. How do you fail to function so spectacularly? Anyway... What is the quest that's been put on the board? Let's find out. It is Sandstorm with Baroth and Nibblesnuff. That looks like a bit of fun. Let me just... No, not Stream Manager. I'm not interested. I want to open the live stream itself for various reasons that I'm not going to go into at this time. Can I now pause it? Now I can pause it. It just didn't want to do it before because, I don't know. The game was... not the game, but rather Twitch was giving me some attitude. Alrighty. But anyway, this time around, because I am the room host, I think I will try to accommodate the other people who are in the room by letting them post their quests as well. And that's not entirely unhelpful to Yuli either, because as Yuli does other people's quests, he will obviously be able to build his character more as well. He'll be getting monster materials and the like. In fact, that's precisely what I was referring to. Raising hunter rank is not that important for character building. It is for some people, but when it comes to actually having access to materials to forge new armor and weapons, hunter rank points are not going to help you there once you've HR broken, so there you go. I suppose we could start with... No, it's Baroth and Nibblesnuff, so I guess I'll be starting with Nibblesnuff. I don't know why for a second I thought it was Sand Barioth and Nibblesnuff, but yeah, it is not that. And apparently Yuli and I had different ideas in mind. I think... Well, let's find out actually. I don't have to wonder, I can find out immediately. Yes, it seems that Nibblesnuff does start here. So let's go and deal with him. Is that the one? No. Oh, it is the one. You identified the correct I don't really know how to call that. Sand impression, I guess? Of course, the hint is that there is the breath, the sand breath that comes out of the ground. I didn't want to say sand twice, I had to say ground, sorry. Perhaps not so accurate, but I wanted to be slightly more articulate by not repeating myself awkwardly. Can I get it down fast enough? Probably not. I can try. Well, it would have been a form of kamikaze. Hey Vernon, and hello Hossein. May as well just attack as normal. I'm not going to worry too much about hitting the monster with bombs, I'm not desperate to do that. You are welcome to join in, by the way, Vernon, if you are able to. That would be quite welcome. It would give Yuli, the person that I'm hunting with here, more of a chance to post, although you probably want to do your own stuff as well, so never mind, ignore that point. You're welcome to post your own stuff if you can. I just momentarily forgot that you didn't have a fully built character in this game. Okay, well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Vernon, but whatever, I can't change your mind on that, and I'll leave it there. I'm genuinely sorry to hear that. I will go for the fish. The fishing maneuver. Can I get it? I was a little bit slow there, but I was able to make it. Aiming for that nose, I do realise that it missed. But it may have dealt the damage, okay? Never forget. Just because you didn't see it in your instance of the game doesn't mean that it didn't actually hit on someone else's instance. Instance, yes, no, I was correct. I can't even speak English today. I'm second guessing my own ability to formulate my thoughts into English words. Which isn't a good start to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I will continue with my charging attack. Looks like both of you have decided to fish this time, which works rather well. Because it means we do at least have one person attacking and dealing damage during that time. Good thing. Because it is technically an opportunity, even though it is ideal in that situation to fish him out. Point being, it's best to have only one person in the team fishing him out at that moment. You hated Nibblesnarf hunts in Portable Third, Hossein? Look, a lot of people don't like Nibblesnarf, to be honest. I don't have an issue with him. I'm probably more neutral to him than anything else. I certainly don't actively dislike him. But I've found in the modern Portable Third community anyway, there isn't much positive sentiment surrounding this monster. He didn't really have any negative reception as far as I can recall when Portable Third came out, and, you know, during the subsequent year or two after its release, but yeah, he was just another monster, and quite frankly, all of the new monsters of Portable Third were fun and enjoyable at the time. They were refreshing and just fun to hunt. That sound that was created by me destroying that Alteroth was pretty dramatic. I'm pretty sure that's what the sound was anyway. Oh, fucking hell. You could see that I almost got hit there because I was not actually the target of that. I was trying to get away from the monster with the understanding that I was the target, or under the misapprehension that I was the target. But, yeah, in having done that, I almost got hit. Oh dear. I'll go and heal myself up after that one. Just out of range of the tail. See, I shouldn't be so aggressive. He could have gone into a charge immediately there. Just because he didn't, doesn't mean that that was a good decision that I made in that moment. Good knockdown. Although I'm currently at blue sharpness, which is less than desirable. I'll sharpen up. Maybe a little unnecessary, but I can't continue with blue sharpness. The reason why I say it's a little unnecessary is because I don't think that Barroth will last much longer. We've gotten a lot of damage out, but I would rather continue with purple sharpness rather than deplete my sharpness even further down to green. Or even worse, yellow. Sadly, Yuli has passed. Well, not really. He fainted. See, I very naturally refer to it as death, but it's actually, you know, the hunter being momentarily incapacitated. And then he's, you know, wheeled to the camp and then he gets up again. Or she. I say he because I am using a male character and Yuli, I believe, is using a male character. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't actually checked. But the point is that, yeah, it's not death, although I may refer to it as such. I'm glad that that was close enough to at least be able to make contact with something on the monster, although I don't think it would have been all that damaging. Whoa. Your first online hunt in Monster Hunter was a Barroth. Interesting. Wonder what my first online hunt was. I don't remember. I know what it was. It was a Plesioth in Freedom Unite. I don't think it was my quest on the board. Yeah, it was a fucking Plesioth. That was the first online hunt I did back in Freedom Unite. I was very excited to actually connect to people, I remember, at the time, and yeah, it was almost surreal to have people in that gathering hall, which for me prior to that point was always empty. And I remember I was hunting with 2 other people. One of them sadly disconnected during the hunt, but we did succeed, as I recall. It's funny because I was going to say, well, I have no recollection of my first online hunt in Monster Hunter. That's not the sort of thing that I would have committed to memory, and then all of a sudden it snapped into my mind, and I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that. Quite clearly, it was a Plesioth. I don't know if it was standard or green, I think it was standard. And I think it was a high rank. A high rank standard Plesioth in the jungle, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah. It was good fun. As I recall. Because again, first time I'd played Monster Hunter with another person. But yeah, disconnections were pretty common at that time. Which frustrated me, but it was inevitable. I should pour myself a beverage. I am tempted to actually stop carving monsters, by the way. And the reason why is because I can't so easily regulate what I put in my box and avoid putting in my box. If I'm only taking items in the reward screen, I can actually see what I have in the box of each individual item, whereas if I'm carving, I just don't know off the top of my head whether I've got max of that. Apparently that's the only Barroth tail I have, or Barroth lash, whatever it was, but yeah, I don't have any others, interestingly enough. I actually didn't intend to... Fuck. I did see that I had extra of something there. Was it a Barroth material, or was it a Nibble Snarf? This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep to single stacks of 99 for all monster materials, and it's not always easy to do that. Unless, of course, you decide to do what I'm going to do, moving forward. And stop carving. And it hurts to do that. I actually don't want to stop carving. I always decry and forcefully disavow the people or the style of play which involves, I'm not going to carve this monster because I don't need the materials. Well, Most people who do that, perhaps not in this game, but at least in other games, particularly the ones that come later, they do it because they're lazy. They actually don't think they need to carve, so they won't. But carving is part of the game, and you may need the materials at some point down the line, but you just can't conceive of a situation where you would need them at this point. You don't know what the future holds. So it's always helpful to have the materials, that's the point. That's why I always carve low rank and high rank monsters. I don't care what rank it is, I will carve it. Here we go. Sell that cortex. But yeah, in this situation, for practicality reasons, I don't want to... oh, okay, but no, listen, Scott, this is precisely why I put this information in the room title. I don't do it just for fun, I do it to serve as a reference point for people who want to just post low rank or high rank stuff. Essentially, if I put it in the room information, they have no excuse. It's not like they didn't know. It was something that they should have known before they even set foot in this place. We're not doing high rank or low rank stuff. Okay, says Scott. Well, I'm glad he's being reasonable about it. Oh god. To give you a response to that, Kenny Ovo, I play Monster Hunter games. I like how he acknowledged that it's a G rank room and it took him like a full minute to go and cancel the quest. I do hope he's got an alternative. Also, hello, Red Rain. Vernon is making his way in soon. I will amend that to say he is currently making his way in, and he will be here soon. Shift myself in my chair. Presumably Scott is looking for something else to post. Here we go. Breaking the ice. Get it? Because they're ice monsters. Ooh. You know, I would still rather that than the quest titles that exist in Double Cross. Well, no, sorry. Generations Ultimate. The Double Cross quest titles may have been fine. Maybe they were actually funny in the Japanese language, but I'll tell you what, whatever they were writing in Generations Ultimate, that was not funny. That was pretty embarrassing. Alright. So, what would be fun? Dual blades, I suppose. A little different from what I would typically use against Glacial Agnaktor. There are certain weapon types that I just naturally don't use on certain monsters, and I don't know why dual blades would be one that I wouldn't use against Agnaktor, because dual blades are one of those weapon types that has Mind's Eye built in, of course by way of demonized mode with the A combo and the X plus A combo. So it would be a little strange if I didn't want to use dual blades, but apparently that's not something that I would typically go with. Admittedly, I'm not much of a dual blades guy. I'm 100% a sword and shield person. That has always been my preference. And my totally unashamed predilection. But the point is that I think that if you become very focused on sword and shield play, dual blades almost loses its purpose. Dual blades is almost like a... I wouldn't say a watered down version of Sword and Shield, but it's essentially fast moving attacks, but without the mobility of Sword and Shield, and without the shielding capability. So really it's just a desperate attempt to engage in some level of variety. I will use the Wyvern Conciliation. I'm assuming that's what that says, I only read it very briefly. Yes, Conciliation. May I have your guild cards? Asks Yuli. I believe that you have mine. See when I got yours. Must have picked it up a little while ago. Yuli. I picked it up. Well, it's hard to know when that would have been. Sure. Because both of these have actually updated since I got them. Okay. At some point in 2021. Alright. Oh yes, Yuli wants guild cards not because he wants, you know, some sort of record of the people that he's played with, but indeed because he wants tickets, which makes sense. Is Generations Ultimate a real Monster Hunter game? Yes, because you can choose to engage with its gimmicks, or not to engage with its gimmicks. It is a Monster Hunter game. It's the last one. Breaking the ice. It is effectively what you're doing. As I've mentioned before, I actually didn't do anything with my inventory. I was so focused on selling the stuff that was in my box that I totally forgot to retrieve important items from the box. Yuli is reporting that the Agnaktor is small, or at least one of them is. But yeah, we are technically breaking the ice, because how it works with Agnaktor is that when you have seemingly dealt enough damage to one particular part of the monster, it will become soft. That seems to be how the fight works. You would think that I'd be a little more, I guess, concrete about that. Less hesitant about whether or not that's correct, in other words, but... Oh, why is the game so loud? Whatever. I'm not going to talk about it. I have a habit of discussing my speakers, as you know, and how bad they are. But I'm going to try and avoid that. Probably after this hunt, I'll lower the volume of them. But yeah, they're fucking bad. They're really bad. Give me, us, a minute. What do you mean, us? How could you ever be more than one person? What? How could you ever be more than one person? This is the thing, like, you could technically say, give us a minute, and that can still refer to you as an individual, but when you have me / us, well, that's just confusing. But yeah, Yuli's definitely right. This is a baby fucking Glacial Agnaktor, and he's getting beaten up quite severely. Oh, I almost can't believe that. Oh no, I can. I can believe that, because Vernon's running slime. I can totally believe that. Cap it, says Scott. Okay. Well, he's perfectly within his rights to request that. It is his quest. That was not a rhyme, that was just me using two words that sounded very similar. Vernon, he's asking for a capture! I'm sure you have a reason for not having noticed this. But please. What is going on? This is not... Oh, what happened? I witnessed a pre-trank, and then I threw a trank and it still didn't capture him. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's a fucking miracle that Vernon didn't kill that monster. Literally. Alright. The other one should be here. And by here I mean in the locale. Oh, he just moved. It would be faster for me to double back. Small again. Yeah, you're right. They are both small. I'm going to get hit by that. But fortunately I was able to get my sharpen animation completed. And there goes Vernon. Look at that. That was through a wall. Check that out. He couldn't even see that. Where was he standing? He was standing... Oh no, he did have eyes on that, but still. A cross map, I suppose, is what you'd call that in first-person shooter terminology. But we're not playing first-person shooters, so maybe I shouldn't use such words. Or we're not playing a first-person shooter. I have a separate live streaming account for that, which I update once every few months. Literally once. Get away from me. I haven't the stamina to deal with you. You will notice that I do not, as a matter of course, bring dash juice when using dual blades. I think it's a bit cheap to do that. I don't have an issue with people doing that. I realize why it would be practical and helpful, obviously, to use dash juice in conjunction with. Sorry, there's a lot of very deliberate enunciation required there. I get why you would use it, it's just that I find it to be a little bit... It runs counter to the spirit of the weapon, in my opinion. The entire weapon is balanced around stamina consumption, and then you completely trivialize it by eliminating that dynamic, in my opinion. One of the very few changes that I appreciate in the rebooted versions of Monster Hunter is that dash juice does not give you infinite stamina. It just gives you a really, really efficient stamina consumption. That makes a whole lot more sense to me. One of the very small number of balanced updates to the game that is both inspired and helpful, and that is an evolution in the series, as opposed to a complete departure from everything that made the series what it is. Yeah, I definitely need to lower the volume of my damn speakers. Oof. They just sound awful. The less I hear them, the better, but I want to be able to hear something. Shouldn't very well affect your viewing experience. I don't think there'd be too much bleed. Hopefully not. Hello, A-Gaming. I'll get out of the way. How did that first one die so damn quickly, yet this one is... Oh dear. Can we not fail this one, please? That would be very frustrating. I think that was a... I thought I saw sleep coatings, but I guess I didn't. Maybe it was the Agnaktor's breath that just appeared at the right time to make it look as if sleep coatings were being shot. Oh, I may as well sharpen. It may very well speed things up. What are you doing? You either leave or you don't. Well, okay, well that's fine. Is that another tail that we can't access? Yes. Oh, that's right, I'm not supposed to be carving. And I'm not going to. I suppose I can carve tails, can't I? Well, technically I can't carve this one, but I don't think I'll prevent myself from carving tails. I think that would be fine. Maybe in rare cases I'll carve things that I have at max. And you know what, I'm not going to carve tails. No, I should. I should carve tails. It will be inconvenient if I carve, for example, a standard scale. Like, let's imagine I've cut a Rathalos tail and I carve a Cortex. Yes, it would be annoying, in that that would be something that I already have a stack of 99 of, but I want the lash. Not for any real sensible reason, it's just because I'm a hoarder. I hoard monster materials. It's what I do. Well, that was breaking the ice. I don't know what the double meaning of that would be. Are you suggesting that... No, I can't even imagine how that would make any sense. Doesn't matter, let's not dwell on it. It's supposed to be a joke, we should be laughing. The fact that we are not is what it is, and we'll just have to move on. Apparently that wasn't a gold crown small, in either case. So, that's a bit of a surprise. Making banana pudding and playing Freedom Unite. Well, that's a good day. Banana pudding. Sounds good. Oh. No crown. Yeah. It was definitely close to a gold crown small, surely. I guess that just goes to show how small they can actually get. Damn small is the reality. Oh yeah, I suppose, let's go in descending order to keep it simple. We'll have Yuli post next, and then Vernon, and then Scott. That's how we'll continue with this. So yeah, feel free to post what you would like, Yuli. I hope you can forgive us taking it in turns, but... yeah, I think everyone would like to, well, aside from myself. Or you could, well, that's over to you, I would say that. It's over to you. Well, I'm speaking to Yuli as if he's in the live stream. I think he is often in the live stream, but he might not be this time. Okay. Alright, Yuli is posting, and then we'll just go back and forth between Yuli and Scott. I would imagine that Vernon doesn't really know what he needs at the moment in the game, and he's just playing for fun. Which makes sense. That's why I always keep a text file of my objectives in a Monster Hunter game, because the reality is, I may go some months without playing a particular game, particularly for Ultimate, I guess. That's the game that comes to mind, because I have things that I'm working on in that game still, even though I'm a higher hunter rank in that game than I am in this one. And if I haven't played it in a few months, I've got no idea what I was doing. Literally no idea. So I do need a text file to keep track of what's going on. And it helps a lot. Basically what I do is I make a list of the monster materials that I need. Just any monster material that I need. And I will include in brackets next to that monster material the thing that I'm wanting to forge using said material. And sometimes the material can appear more than once, of course, because it's in order of what I need it for. Well, not in order of, but rather I'm listing individually the different things that I need, and doing so by mentioning the material that I need. So, yeah, that's how that works. And it's a great way to keep track of what you're doing. What was the monster again? Oh, it was Ludroth. I'll bring Spreadfire. We'll be bow bros. No, I'm not going to use Spreadfire because that's a bit standard, a bit boring. I'll bring Rapid Fire. I don't know what that would even be. Rapid Fire. Could be the Morales bow, but I don't think so. The Resurrection. No, that would end up being a Spread 5 bow if I desired to use it in that way. Maybe you can also be a Rapid bow. You can also be a Rapid bow. You know why I was wanting to use Rapid instead of Spread? It was because I didn't want to be using this bow again. Because I use this bow all the time. I don't really know what to say. Maybe I should... Is there something that would be worthwhile using that's non-elemental? Of course, this is a pierce bow, right? Yeah. Alright, fine, I'll just go Rapid Selene Moonbroken. It's at least a different playstyle. Better than nothing. It's hot as hell where you are. Well, I regret to hear that. It is very much the opposite here. It is winter. That's how that works. I'm in the southern hemisphere. When it is hot where you are, it is likely to be cold where I am, and vice versa. That's right. Can't shoot that, but I can bring close range coatings, and I'll do that. 10 per Ludroth. Which is a drop in the bucket in terms of effectiveness, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't know if I ate. I don't think I did. I'm not going to cancel my ready up. And quite frankly, if I didn't eat, I'll just live with it. Well, moving to Finland would be a rather extreme way of embracing the winter. Perhaps not as bad as, moving to Siberia or the Arctic, but still pretty intense. There was a time when I wanted to live in a Scandinavian country, but I don't think I like the culture of Scandinavia. I don't think I like Scandinavian culture. It doesn't do much for me. And I wouldn't want to put time into learning a Scandinavian language, because I don't think it's the sort of language that has much prevalence outside of its country. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to invest time into learning a language, and for me, I would not want to settle for basic understanding of the language. I would want to be fully fluent, as fluent as possible. And so I wouldn't want to engage in that sort of time investment unless it were a language that I could get a bit of mileage out of. But yeah. The point is, you could possibly, well, not the point is, but a point that I could make is that you could get reasonably far with only English, even if you were living in the country, but it's fairly disrespectful to move to a country where the first language is not English and then expect everyone to communicate with you in English. That's pretty poor form, and I wouldn't be doing that. That was pretty stupid of me. Speaking of poor form, I can't play Monster Hunter properly today. Or at least not in that situation. But yeah, I won't be consuming a max potion here. I do, of course, carry them. I always carry them. But, yeah, if I start to lose stamina, I'll consume a Mega Dash juice, but I'm not going to be wasting a max potion in a Ludroth hunt. You've got to be joking. Whoa! Can you relax a little bit? Well, I don't really know if I want to pursue you. I guess we'll just fight this one. Generally not what I do. I usually pursue the one we've been fighting from the beginning. Oh, don't tell me you're going to end up... No, you're not. Thought you might be chasing after your, I guess, girlfriend. Would be weird if this were the female and the other one was the male, but technically possible. Stranger things have happened in the animal kingdom, that's for sure. Ugh. Well, learning a lot of languages is fine, but again, if I learn a language, I want to be deeply fluent in it. Like beyond native. What is beyond native? Well, it's basically not settling for standard expression. If that makes any sense. I want to have a fully developed lexicon of words from which to draw upon. Well, that one's dead. And I won't be carving, as I said. Well, I will carve the tail. As I also said. It is helpful to know several different languages, at least to a basic level, though. It's just a matter of preference. And how my mind works. Because if you're going to learn a language, even, semi-fluently, you need commitment. And if I can't find the impetus to actually put the time in, I'm not going to be doing it. It's a little bit dangerous to not heal at this stage, but could be worse. I could be fighting a monster that was actually a challenge. So having said that, maybe not such a risky thing for me to be doing. Owarida. Yes. 'Tis. I don't know if this is one of Yuli's key quests, or if he's doing this for materials. Probably a key quest, though. He could also be doing, or attempting to complete, all quests. That is another possibility. I don't have a bug now. What was that? It was a good try, except it wasn't at all. I guess I recognize your desire to upswing me, but... Alright. The only reason why that worked was because we have a difference of connection. On my screen, technically you weren't standing in the right position to upswing me, but you snapped onto my position in a display of lag compensation. That's how I'll refer to it. Actually, don't have as much Ludroth stuff as I thought I did. I certainly could have gotten away with carving there, but I don't regret it. I think it's the right thing to do to get out of the habit of carving in this game. Again, I feel a little dirty not carving here, but there's a practical reason for it. I don't think I ended up using close-range coatings in that hunt. Oh well. By the way, I will be reaching Hunt Rank 999 soon. 999. 500. You know why I said 999? I was seeing a bunch of 9s on my screen, okay? That's why I said 999. But, yeah, I'll be hitting Hunt Rank 500 soon. If not in the next hunt, then in the hunt after. And probably not the next hunt unless it's a proper advanced quest. God, it's a bit of an obstacle course between myself and my keyboard. I don't know much about early 2000s Sega games. I thought Sega was on the way out by then, but maybe I'm dead wrong. Wasn't Sega making a comeback or something? I saw something along those lines a while ago by now, I think. You know, Sega was actually doing things again. Not really the same company it was in the past, but it retains the same name and they were doing something. I just don't remember what. They were involved in things. Thank you for that, Doomlink. You just imparted some truly scintillating knowledge upon us. I will not be using Greatsword, I will not be using Dual Blades, I will not be using... Well, I could use a Lance. I'm a bit of a Lance guy now, aren't I? Will I use the Morales Lance? Oh, I haven't used the Morales Lance in a while, I probably should. But here's the thing. I don't have sharpness skills on this particular set, so... You know what I'll do? I'll use my honed set with this lance. The Maelstrom, right? Yeah. That's fine. Again, it's rather similar to me using the honed blade set with the hammer. Even though it has no hammer skills, I'm using it with the hammer against Gemmaran because I'm not going to get any KO damage off anyway. And quite frankly, I'm not in need of the shield skills. Don't eat for unlucky cat, dickhead. But yeah, I'm not going to be in need of the... Ugh, just fucking eat this. I'm not going to be shielding much. Okay? Alright. You know, the beginning of the early 2000s was the 2000s. The beginning of the 2000s. Redundant sentences. No, I don't mean to poke fun. But yes, I think I will be running Morales weapons going forward against Hallowed Gen. I will stand back so as not to be hit by the charging Gen. Well, no, this Doomlink can bugger off. Oh, that's a little bit off target with the cannon. I'll have to wait a bit. I don't know why he would bind that far away. But whatever. Better to bind than not to bind at all, and perhaps I'm not in a position to be criticizing his use of the binder when I silently expected him to use it in the way that I did. There we go. Destroy the hell out of that tusk. I can't actually talk today. It's one of those days, everyone. Sadly, the lance does not actually pierce through the tusks at purple sharpness. Oh yeah, I was supposed to lower the volume of my speakers, but I forgot to do it. It is what it is. I'm going to jump on the tusk to my right side, just in case the one on the left breaks. But to be honest, even if the one on the left broke and I was standing on the one on the right side, I would still fall off because of the movement of the head, I would imagine. Look at that beautiful hit stun. You just know you're dealing good damage. The lance is just a fun weapon type to use on Jan Moran. I don't do it often. I used to do it in the past fairly often, but not anymore. And quite frankly, I don't use this lance very often anymore either. I hadn't made the Soul Prominence until maybe around 4 years ago. Prior to that point, I was exclusively using this lance as my fire lance. The thing with Soul Prominence is that it is better to use that with a non-sharpness plus 1 armor set. And I do not run sharpness plus 1 with my standard lance loadout. There is another crack, obviously, but couldn't really be bothered going over there. If I can remember to do it, the next time I do fight Jan Moran, I'll bring a gun lance. Well, hallowed Jen. I think he's throwing us off. I'm glad that I didn't go and head over towards the back part of the, or the rear of the monster, I guess. Because by the time I would have gotten over there, I would have had to jump off and I wouldn't have made it onto the boat. So I made the right decision in remaining where I was. What? I remember there was a guy in the Monster Hunter community going around spreading misinformation about future games. One game he said that was supposed to release was Monster Hunter Tribal. I don't remember that. Sounds pretty funny though. Not Monster Hunter Tribal, but the fact that a guy was going around spreading random rumors about future games. Monster Hunter Tribal. I want that guy's ideas. I'm sure they're better than whatever Capcom's got in their head at the moment. Unga Bunga, the game, the Monster Hunter game. Oh, stop it. As long as you don't launch me off the boat, I'll possibly tolerate your wiggling activities. Delix. May as well hit the mouth if I can. I can't, because you're being annoying. You don't get much of a chance to hit the... what would it be? His left arm here in the hallowed version. Yeah, charge the boat. It comes as a surprise to no one. We know how you operate. I do wonder if I'm piercing into the mouth while doing this. I don't think I am. If it's anything like Lao Shan Lung, you can only deal damage to the mouth when, like in a specific situation. I think in the case of Lao Shan Lung, it's when he falls over. Like he actually has a falling over animation, which allows you to hit the mouth. But it may very well be the case for Genmaran as well, that you can only hit the mouth if he is rolling over on his back with his mouth open. It is a hit zone that is only available during a specific time. A specific part of the confrontation. Which would stand to reason, I guess. Are you fucking kidding me? I did not intend to do a back hop, but I did. And so I fell off. I don't want to explain what happened there. I think it was fairly clear what happened. I'm now going to try and move on with my life. And not dwell on the stupidity of what I just had to deal with. I think we're about to have swinging tusks. Can I shield in time? Oh. Okay, well, thanks for waiting until I came up. That was very good of you. My stamina is severely lacking. I'll just attack your face is the next best thing. He doesn't take much damage here, I don't think, but still. I'd rather be hitting them... I'd rather be hitting him than not hitting him. Apparently Yuli was AFK, I hadn't even noticed. Oh, fuck off. I'm glad I didn't go flying. That was very lucky. What? The concept actually sounded fun. The game was set in Stone Aged BC, or Stone Age BC era. And you're a part of a tribe of cavemen and the only weapons you have are stone-based weapons only. Okay. Well, that's all well and good in concept, but I don't think that would make for a very good Monster Hunter game. At all. Again, sometimes you have to realize that good concepts don't always mean that the game's going to be fun. How would it be fun to just have stone weapons? Part of the enjoyment of Monster Hunter is making different weapons and upgrading them into things beyond standard bone or iron paths. If it's just stone weapons, imagine that. There are no prospects for growth if you've already been forced to use one type of weapon the whole time. Anyway. Again, slightly different timing for Hallowed, as I understand it. Well, he managed to hit it, but that's alright. He's butting in. He decided that he had a right to hit that thing instead of me, and I won't complain, because he got the timing right. We pressed it at the same time. That's why I was concerned. Well, I don't know if it showed up on my face, but I was genuinely concerned that my character wasn't moving when I hit the A button. It's because he had already hit it. Is the gong ready to go? It is, but we do have the binder, in effect. See, like as I attack the mouth here, I don't know if I'm actually dealing damage to the mouth. And I don't know if as I thrust my lance, like see right there, is that actually dealing damage to the mouth hit zone? Who knows? I'm sure someone does, but I'm not that person. I will consume my rations now. I've gone without for long enough. I spent the first 5 minutes of the hunt fasting. I don't know. It's Doomlink's attempt at a joke, I suppose. Here we go, here's an opportunity to actually hit the arm. No! Fucking hell. Why would you do that, man? I don't even... If Yuli weren't a friend of mine, I'd be absolutely, like, losing my mind right now. But yeah, not a great idea to be dropping a bomb without advertising the fact that you're doing it right where everyone's going to come in and attack the monster. But anyway. Yes, I'm playing on the Wii U. Well, I may as well jump on the back, seeing as though you're offering it to me in this way. Feels strange to get on the gen like this. Usually Halo Gen wouldn't give you this opportunity, but I guess it's normal if the hunt drags on a little longer than I'm used to. I'm used to it being over after the Dragonator, but it's continuing on. Well, I guess the team doesn't have as much damage as normal. I had best sharpen up. The entire reason why I'm using this lance with this armor set is so that I can make use of the big chunk of purple sharpness. So it would make little to no sense to not sharpen immediately back up to purple as soon as I drop down to white. Going to just do some charging attack. Oh no, that was a bad idea. Oh, I'm being thrown off. Okay, sorry. I thought you were doing the tail maneuver because you hadn't yet done it, but I guess you don't do it at this point. Indeed, things change slightly between, or rather from regular Gemmaran to Hello Gemmaran. Hello, Jezza. Press the A button. Come on. Is there a bed in here? I don't think there is. Of course, in the past there was one. There would be one over here, but no, not in this case. It looks like you just got gonged. I didn't hear it, but I saw you, I guess, arcing away from the boat, which could only have happened if you were gonged. Or Dragonated, but not from that angle, of course. Look at him sliding out of the sand in a completely immersion-breaking maneuver. Looks like that arm has been broken, courtesy of Vernon, no doubt. Thank you for that. Yeah, there's something very relaxing about beating on a monster. I just preferred Gemmaran to Lao Shan Lung, but plenty of people don't like Gemmaran as well. That's what I've recently come to find. The Portable Third community grumbles about a lot of things. They don't like Nibble Snuff, they don't like Gemmaran. I don't know what's wrong with them. I have a distinct feeling that my speakers are far too loud. I mean, again, I was trying to address that before, and I was intending on fixing that, but I forgot to do it. I will definitely lower the volume once I am able to do so. I don't consider myself able to do so right now, but After this hunt, I'll make sure that there is no bleed into the microphone. On account of very unnecessarily loud speakers. I shouldn't be doing this. Let's see how this works. Yeah, okay, I did have enough stamina, right? Okay, and I still got hit by that. Long story short, don't do what I just did. It's a fucking stupid idea. That's why I was clearly expecting to be, I guess, punished for my hubristic strategy. Is that going to hit me too? Well, it would have had I not shielded. I'm not going to use my shield, says Doomlink. Well, I suppose that would have been true had I been able to position myself sensibly in relation to the monster, which I've not been doing. Yuli is not having a good time. I don't think I have life powders, so yeah, don't die. Please. I don't think we've had a death, but still. Would rather not run the risk of failure. Let it come closer, says Scott. Well, I mean, that's what we're doing. Surely. This is Scott's quest, actually, I think. This isn't one of those games where you can actually tell who hosts the quest based on the colour of the... Okay. Look, I don't think we're doing enough damage to risk killing it outside of the carve area, but... whatever. When you take one more step, I'll go in for the attack. There we go. Got to look inside the monster there for a second. Oh, come on. What, does that require guard up or something? I have no recollection of that being the case, but it's possible. I wasn't able to guard that at all. It would make sense, I guess. I mean, it's a really obvious and deliberate attack on the part of the Gem Moran. You shouldn't be standing right there and shielding it. You should be getting the hell out of the way. So I get it, but still. Alright. Never mind, that was a roar. I should know that by now. Get away from me! I'm attacking the belly because I want to get a knockdown. But it is the dangerous most dangerous part of the monster to attack. Everyone's just getting shat on by him. Well, I guess we're playing a bit dangerously. There goes Yuli. Fucking hell. I don't think we're at risk of... remember when I said I don't think we're at risk of failure, and then very quickly we were one death away from failure? Well, thank fucking God for that. God. For half a second I thought we had failed, but... Anyway. No, I'm not going to carve. I'm instead going to adventure around. I don't do this often enough. Go for a little tour of the dead Gem Moran. And also inspect the surroundings a little bit. Check this out. I've never been here. I've never actually checked this out before. It might sound very strange to you. Maybe you've noticed this before, but I haven't. I've never been here. Or at least not in recent memory. Hey, that's a good angle. Isn't that cool? Check that out. I wish I had more stamina and I could have continued a little further along the Gem Moran. That would have been a very nice, almost cinematic showcasing of the appearance of the monster, but oh well. Whoops, I ended up taking something anyway, even though I am literally in this fucking reward screen without having carved so that I can avoid doing that, but I still did it anyway. Thanks, Doomlink. I'm thanking myself. It wouldn't really be of any real concern to you as a member of the audience, but it's fucking annoying for me. I don't even know what I took. What do I have too much of? Rock skin. Was that it? Yeah, it looks like that was it. I'm glad I figured it out without too much difficulty. Yeah, Halogenran has good armor. I very often use his armor pieces for mixed sets. I've got at least 2 or 3 mixed sets with Halogen pieces. And that means something, because this is a game where you can't really rely on really good talismans so much. So you're relying more on the armor skills that you're mixing. So that means that the actual armor pieces themselves mean more. And if I'm using Halogen fairly frequently, it means it's a pretty good armor set for mixing, and it's probably pretty good on its own as well. I think it's greatsword focused, but well, it's appropriate to say focused because it has focus, as I recall, at least for Blade Master. I'm going to lower the volume of my speakers. I'll be back in a sec. Just a gentle nudge of the volume dial, but enough to make a world of difference, which is precisely why I have this issue in the first place. Fuck those speakers, seriously. I hate them. Oh, it's... I don't even know who posted. I think it was Scott. So yeah, Yuli can go and post. You've been using high rank armor this whole time? I didn't even know. What are you doing, man? What's happening? Rather than just... Hold on, you've broken your HR. Well... Okay, good. Hopefully this is going to... You know... Allow Yuli to make a G-rank armor set. It would stand to reason that he would upgrade to the G-rank version of what he's already using. But yeah, I was a little concerned that he's posting quests that don't actually assist in getting him armor for the game, but I think just as I was about to say that, an appropriate quest has been posted that will further such an objective. As far as Halogen armor, let's have a look. This one has a piece. 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 This one has mostly Halogen pieces. This has it. This has it. I actually thought it was only maybe 3, perhaps even 4, but no. A good number of my armor sets have Halogen pieces, so yeah, good armor set. It's definitely worthwhile fighting that monster. I'll bring a bowgun this time. Maybe light bowgun. No, I won't bring this. I'll bring Thunder. Nether Flosion. I always called it Floction, but I think it's Flosion. Or it's intended to be pronounced as Flosion. Floction's a bit weird, isn't it? But I've never seen an X create a J sound. At least not in my personal experience. Okay, I will indeed bring combination materials for Thunder Shots. I will be fighting 2 of these monsters, so it would help to have combination materials. Of course, because I am rapid firing the elemental shots, that does give me more mileage overall. It'll take much longer to actually expend all of my ammunition. But I will still bring... What am I doing? I've only got one Psycho Serum there? What's wrong with me? Whatever. I've got the husk berries that I need. That should be fine. Let me check my ammunition. What are the stats of this gun? Average. So, what else does it rapid fire? Pellet level 2. Hey, that sounds like a great idea. Pellet level 2. I'll go bring some. Yeah. I'll bring some PS1 and normal 2. Make sure I'm at max for normal 2. Again, it shouldn't be necessary, but just as a contingency, I will bring extra ammunition. No gunner would recommend that one bring just enough ammunition for the hunt, because sometimes things go awry. It's good to have that failsafe. Alrighty. I will do what I can to Here I am, you know... Doomlink, you are a special individual. I brought combinations for the shots, but I didn't actually bring the shots themselves, so I have to make do with 27 thunder shots. Fuck me sideways. That was supposed to be my additional thunder shots in case I needed them. But that has now become all that I have. I'm both well prepared, yet ill prepared, simultaneously. Scott is fighting that one first. I don't think we should be doing that, but whatever. I'll head on over to where he is, because I think he's going to just adamantly continue fighting that one. I don't want to prejudge some possible intransigence on his part without having actually seen it hitherto, but... No. Yeah, I don't have a reason to assume that he would just pig-headedly continue fighting that monster even though we wouldn't want to, for example, but you never know. I've already lost my peak performance, let's get that back. Okay, it's left leaning. Thought it was right leaning. I'm probably getting... Whoa, look at that turnaround. That would have been dangerous. Yeah, I think the Illuminator is what has right leaning. Already broke something. Oh, that was courtesy of Scott, actually. Oh, I don't want to be two-manning. I don't want to be two-manning. I don't have enough thunder ammo to be two-manning this shit. Fuck off. Can we not be splitting into two groups here? I came here in deference to Scott, but that wasn't me assenting to splitting into two groups. If I had more ammunition, maybe it would be fine, but I don't, so I'm not happy about it at all. Fucking hell. I just don't want to be using... I don't want to expend all of my thunder and then have to start using all of my pierce and all of my normal and then running the risk of actually running out of ammo. That would be really annoying. Whatever. I would of course like to get more consistent shots off on the face, but I'm just making do with what I've got at this point. Any opportunity that presents itself, and whatever position I happen to be in, will just have to suffice. Because I'm on edge. I think I'll keep it at that. But do you see, would it be wise to hold off on shooting the rest of my thunder? What if those two just kill the other one in the meantime and I've just wasted my thunder shots by not using them? Don't leave, please. Good. How did I guess? I'm glad I'm still using my thunder shots. What is Scott using? Oh, he's using the Lucent Nagakuga longsword. Not necessarily a bad longsword, but anyway. Almost out of thunder shots. Of course, because I am running rapid fire, it would be a lot more sensible to only shoot when I'm confident that I'll be able to get all three on target, because otherwise I'm just losing damage. Rapid fire is only superior to single shot if you can consistently get all three shots on target. That's how it works as far as I'm aware. Could be slightly wrong, but I think in principle that's how it's designed to work. My last shot or last three shots, depending on how you look at it. Oh, fucking hell, you would flinch right there, wouldn't you, you bastard creature? Whatever. Oh wow, I'm still getting recoil with Pierce too. Look at that slow reload. Gross. There shall be no carving, obviously. This is a monster that I've fought a lot. Don't even know if I'll be getting too much in the reward screen either. Sorry, Vernon, you keep on repositioning into me. Or rather, you once repositioned into me. It was practically a single Azure Rathlos hunt for me. Well, that's over to you, Lee. I think it would be a good idea to capture. I say we go for it. That's gonna hurt. I didn't even get to put down the I don't know, says Yuli. Well, I guess that's his way of saying that he doesn't mind. That would typically be IDM. Oh, that's fine. I think the meaning was put across fairly clearly. I don't know how the hell that succeeded in making contact with the Rathlos, but it did. Get over here. I'm referring to the dragon, not Yuli. But I guess I'm also referring to Yuli. Oh god. Get over here. I'm not healing. Anyway. That's that. Lovely colour of monster though, you have to admit. It always feels better for me to have one monster killed and the other captured. It gives me a sense that I'm getting the best of both worlds. I was operating under the impression, it may be incorrect, that capture rewards don't stack in this game. That's what I was always told, specifically for this game. Capture rewards don't stack, but I've been forcefully rebuked on that point. No, Doomlink. Of course, capture rewards stack. Well, I don't know. It seems to work better for me if I capture one and kill the other. That's how it's always worked. Could always be placebo though. Yeah, look at all those 99s. That's why I'm not carving. Hunter rank 500, ladies and gentlemen. Almost halfway there. Well, I am halfway there. You know what I mean. I'm not really aiming for max level or anything. It'll likely happen eventually, but I actually don't think it'll happen while the main servers are still up. I think that'll happen once I port myself over to the emulated version. I phrased it as if it would happen immediately upon doing that. No. I don't think it will happen on the official servers, which saddens me a little bit, but these servers can't last forever. That is the reality. It would now be Scott's turn, if he would like to post. Excuse me. Oh, Vernon's heading off. If Yuli's not watching the live stream, then he would have no idea that this person actually is a friend. I'll do a few more hunts. I'll only hunt for as long as I need to get to 2 hours. Actually, no, I did start the VOD a bit late. I'll have to continue for a while. It is what it is. I'm sure we'll get another person. Tarbo Show, look who makes an appearance immediately. You missed out on Tarvo, Vernon. In fact, it's because you left that he got in here. Well, maybe he's watching live. Maybe that's why he joined so quickly. Scott is making an intense evaluation of what quest he wants to post. Looks like he's running full Wrath Soul. Yes, he is. See, it's a great set. This is what I chose to use for my first proper G-rank set. When I say proper G-rank set, I mean one to HR break with. What I initially used was Great Roggy. That was my initial G-rank defense set. And then using Great Roggy, I got that set. But I actually used the Helios Z headpiece with this, and it helped in a few ways. It meant that I didn't have to gem out whatever it is, health, the negative health skill, and then, as well as that, it still contributed points to high-grade earplugs. So it worked rather well. Fish and Mission. Very funny. Ludroth and Plesioth, I think. Ooh, got a tickle in my nose. I'm about to sneeze. Goodness me. Must have been a dust particle that went into my nostril. And I'm sure you all appreciate me explaining that to you. Well, no, I won't use a hunting horn. Don't feel like it. I felt like it very briefly, and then all of a sudden I didn't feel like it anymore. I'll bring heavy pierce. I did used to have a light pierce set. In fact, I had a light adrenaline pierce loadout. And sadly, I just don't have it anymore. I got rid of it. I used to have a KO Crag set using the Duramboros light bowgun, and I used to have an adrenaline pierce set. But I had to remove them because I needed to make space for other sets. I don't regret it. I don't regret deleting them because I realized that I needed to at the time. But I do regret that it was necessary for me to do that. It's frustrating. Alright. This time I'll make sure that I have all the ammunition that I would like to bring. It shouldn't be necessary for me to bring combination materials, right? Probably not. Wasn't I lacking pin tuner? I think there's a dearth of pin tuner in my box. And I have singularly failed to... No, I actually do have pin tuner again. I was running out, but I've obviously fixed that. There's nothing wrong with using only full sets. I think that hunters do inevitably need to go beyond that as they progress and develop as players, but I don't think it's a requirement. Like an absolute requirement. What is an absolute requirement is that the hunter gets armor skills. That's a requirement. That's just part of the game. And making a full armor set is a perfectly valid way of acquiring those skills. So, yeah, I think it's fine. Mixed armor sets used to be really hard to fucking make, back before you had the tools that did it for you. So I completely get why people didn't do it back then. I did it, but only because, well, I was doing it in try, and I had the time to kill in try, where I could literally just sit down and compare all of the different armor pieces in the game manually, and add up the different points that you would get. I mean, it was not so much the addition that was difficult, it was the organization, not just in your mind, but also on paper, of all the different combinations of armor piece you could possibly have to get whatever you wanted. Very hard. Not hard, very time consuming. That's the thing, sometimes you may be referring to something as time consuming and people will say, well, it's not hard, it's time consuming. Well, the point is that the time consuming aspect of it does make it hard to commit to it. That's the difficulty. So there is a degree of difficulty associated with the process, if it is time consuming. Anyway, I think I've made my point fairly clear. One thing that is also fairly clear is that this monster is going to get fucking destroyed. Wow. I almost feel sorry for you, but you're a Plesioth, so I actually don't feel sorry for you at all. If you were almost any other monster, I would feel sorry for you, because that was a complete beatdown. I will not be carving you, but I do want to express some displeasure at the fact that you have a little twitching animation before you actually finish your death sequence. That's really gross. Alright, moving on to monster number 2. More like beatdown number 2. Oh, why did I think it was Ludroth and Green Plesioth? What the fuck? I must be hard of seeing. Which is not something that people say, but I just said it, so there you go. Ow. Fortunately, my damage boost is not from peak performance, it's from Challenger +2. Don't you just love the sound effect of Pierce in this game? Especially those who are used to the portable third Pierce sound effect. Must be music to their ears. Well, music to the ears of any person who is used to that. I'm used to this. This is not a good place to be fighting this monster. It's fine for me because I'm ranged, but even now I feel as if I'm out of critical distance, but I can't really go much further. Tavo has sadly disconnected. I'm sorry to see that. It's not the first time he's had instability with me. We may not connect well together. Why am I so sleepy? Oh, it's midnight, that's why. I've been working all day and it's midnight, so yes. That's why my eyes are getting heavy. Or my eyelids are getting heavy. I would love it if you could get a little further away from that exit. Look how fast this asshole swims. Oh, now you've chosen to limp. I wonder if I had actually reached the damage threshold after shooting him while he went past me. I can only conclude that. There is no other conclusion that I can draw. Again, shooting at this distance with peers underwater, not the best idea. Critical distance is a little bit more, or a little bit less forgiving underwater. Don't go back into the water. You are to die here. That is your destiny. Very good. Again, not carving. It hurts me. But I need to restrain myself. It is for my own good. It is for my own good. Again, I've got no idea why I thought it was a Ludroth hunt. Green Plesioth and Ludroth or something. I'm bloody blind, I suppose. Good hunt though. That was, I suppose, what you would say satisfying. There's nothing better than beating the shit, the absolute shit, out of a Plesioth. The second one lasted a little bit longer, but that first one just... it was basically like, huh? And then it died. That was... that was the death of that monster. Sudden and unpoetic. There we go. If I could speak! If I could speak, that would be awesome. I think it would be to everyone's benefit. And that was a really weird camera change. If you play around with like this spot right here, you can actually get weird camera changes. Like that camera snap that happened previously. If you want to give yourself motion sickness, this is it. Anyway. Miracle drug. Okay. Sounds like fun. Presumably a miracle drug is going to somehow be concocted using the materials of these monsters. I don't know. There is always a little story attached to every quest that you do, which is nice, I guess, but I don't read them. I'll bring a sword and shield. Unless I'd like to use Awaken, but I wouldn't, actually. I wouldn't. Let's use the Manifestation. That sounds like fun. I usually use the Golden Radius. I'm sick of using the Golden Radius, so I will not use it. The Manifestation probably has very little raw damage, but... oh no, I'm totally wrong. Look at that. 343 raw, inflated obviously, and 500 fire. That's actually fairly respectable. Would be much less so if I weren't using Sharpness plus 1. Here we go, Doomlink. Would you like to enunciate properly by actually moving your mouth? That is how We actually communicate. Thank you, Doomlink. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that. It's like my mouth is too rigid to form sounds. Anyway. What was I saying again? Yeah, if I weren't using sharpness +1, that would be a problem. Because the sharpness would be bad. Again, it sort of follows the idea of Fatalis weapons. Fatalis weapons traditionally did not have good sharpness, but if you used sharpness +1, they would become viable at that point. That's how I felt anyway. I just wouldn't use a Fatalis weapon without sharpness +1, traditionally. I think even in 4th gen it was the same. I would imagine that, well, I did assume that one would start here and the other would start over here, but fine. These are the two main water... What is going on? Okay, one is behind the waterfall. I don't know where the other one is. Fuck. Okay, over there apparently. Unless that's behind the waterfall. That must be behind the waterfall. It is. Well, I don't know where the other one is then. You'd think that they would start in water locations. I do actively remember this one starting here, but... as for the other one, I couldn't say. I don't know if the round slash has as good of a damage output, or as good of a motion value, I suppose I should say, as compared to the 1st and 2nd gen round slash, but... the point is you're rewarded for getting to that point in the combo. You had to really work for it in Try. In Try, you had to press plus on the controller to do the round slash. Oh, I remember that. I got used to it, I was fine with it, but... once I was no longer used to it, I realized, wow, that was a really awkward way to play Sword and Shield. Because you just had to move your thumb in a place that you just normally wouldn't have to move it while engaging in combat with a monster. It was unusual. Difficult to make sense of. Like, why would they force you to do that? Is it such a strong attack that we need to inconvenience the hunter to the maximum degree for them to actually get it off? I'm telling you, if you don't think it's uncomfortable, give it a try. It's still... oh, actually, I can do it. See, I press the plus button, and it does that attack, so it still exists. It's just you're not forced to do it. It's just incorporated into the combo naturally now, which is great, but yeah, it used to be required that you would press that button. I see where you are, Ludroth. But yeah, I'll try actually manually pressing it and see how it feels. Of course, there's no way to automatically press it. What I mean to say is that I'm going to manually perform the attack rather than just automatically have it be part of the combo. Yeah, that's just awful. It feels awful. As soon as I need to actually move my hand to the plus button, it's just wrong. See, I just did it there manually. I mean, I suppose it's fine. You would get used to it pretty quickly. I think I did back then. Back when I was playing Try, but... I don't know. Seems like a strange thing to do. It was just another one of the weird quirks of Monster Hunter Try. There goes that tail. Still managed to get hit by that head. The damage of this Sword and Shield, by the way, is impressive. Solid purple sharpness, 500 fire, reasonable damage in terms of raw damage. It's a good Sword and Shield against a fire weak monster for sure. Goodbye. I hope Yuli's enjoying himself, honestly. He's contributing the least among the hunters. But we're just plowing through everything, so... I don't know. Hopefully he's able to make G-Rank stuff soon. He obviously rushed to get into G-Rank. I may have to settle for a recording that is under 2 hours, unfortunately. I'm a bit too tired to go for the full 2 hours, and I do regret to say. I just need to get into bed and fucking pass out. You know, it's Friday. It's the end of the work week. All the kids go out and partay. Yeah, partay on a Friday night. Fuck off, I'm going to bed. Asshole. At least I'm still drinking, but you know, it's so that I can sleep in comfort. Although I do sleep perfectly comfortable without. Let me rephrase that in English. I do sleep perfectly comfortably without the aid of whiskey, but you know, it's a very snug way to fall asleep. Whiskey is a lovely companion when it comes to going to sleep, unless you have too much of it, in which case you will close your eyes and the world will start to spin and it feels gross. But yeah, aside from that, if you want to know something truly unpleasant, it is sitting in bed and being unable to close your eyes, because if you close your eyes, the world will start to spin. And you basically have to sit there for a while, and you have to keep trying. Like, you lie there for a little bit longer with your eyes open, and then you try again. Oh, world spinning, open my eyes. Wait a little bit longer, close eyes. Basically, you don't know when the world stops spinning, because when it does stop, you just pass out instantly. So, it's one of those weird situations. Anyway, I'm sure you enjoyed that, but yeah, doesn't happen all the time with me, but occasionally I'll have some nights like that. Just means that you're grounded with your eyes open because you can see what's going on, but as soon as you close them, your brain's like, well, what's happening? And, yeah, probably not a great thing. Opposites detract. That is true. Although Agnaktor's primary weakness, neither Agnaktor's primary nor secondary weakness are ice. So actually, Glacial Agnaktor is not going to harm regular Agnaktor as much as regular will harm the glacial version, but still, yes, opposites do detract in this case. Alright. If we're finding both at the same time, I really would rather use smoke bombs, but Cap Glacial, says Scott. I'll bring smoke bombs. What would be effective against both of them? Raw damage? Would it be worth bringing paralysis for this team? No, I don't know. Maybe not. I'll go damage. I don't want to go slime. I think I'd be doubling down on it, wouldn't I? Maybe not. No, I'll bring slime. In fact, let's just use the Bushido. Nothing wrong with a bit of Bushido. We'll see if Tavo ended up running slime. Oh no, Tavo decided to go paralysis. That's funny. That was the weapon that I was going to use. Fortify. Oh, you don't see Fortify very much these days. I think that's from the... Oh, is that from the Hellhunter jacket, or is that from... Well, we can find out, can't we? Yeah, it is from the jacket. I used it a little bit back in Try. Not all the time. Mainly for fashion reasons, but... The thing with Fortify is that it's not a really bad skill, but it's any skill that's predicated on the hunter dying or I guess fainting in this case, is really not the best skill. Probably not the best way to be playing. But that's just me. I think we're good to... Oh no, we're not good to go because I didn't bring smoke bombs. I'm glad that I engaged my brain and realized, oh yeah. I did say that I was going to bring those, and I would like to make use of them. It's funny, Tarbo's show was practically standing inside of Scott, and I didn't realize that he was standing there. I thought that Tarbo had walked off somewhere else. But anyway. Let's cross our fingers and pray that only one of them is going to see us. Alright, which one do we want to start with? I say you. Isn't it nice to see that the paintballs have really good range in this game? I'll get ready to drop another one. Maybe I dropped that a little prematurely, but still. I got nervous. I thought I was seeing the smoke dissipating, but I don't think I was. It's usually quite clear. But yeah, the quest won't be too difficult at all if I can smoke bomb consistently. We'll definitely get him killed by the time I run out. Likely before. But that will depend on my ability to contribute. Dual Blades is actually good for using smoke bombs because you can sheathe them really quickly. Indeed, the built-in Mind's Eye with the A combo is helpful here. The last thing I would need is to be stuck in a cycle of bouncing off the monster and then need to drop a smoke bomb. That wouldn't be all that helpful at all. Oh, quickly drop it. Fuck me. It was dangerous. Had to dive at the worst time. That's one of the nasty aspects to actually engaging the monster while simultaneously dropping smoke, but... Again, the more I engage the monster, the faster it'll be over with. It's just a little more risky. Whoops. Oh, I was a little overeager there. Sometimes it's good to sit back and observe before jumping into the thick of it. Hello, Alex. And thank you for the compliment. Of course, I do feel emboldened to get in there as quickly as possible when I've just dropped a smoke bomb, because that means that I can attack without worrying about the smoke dissipating anytime soon. It's just the issue with that is that if I get in there too aggressively, I'll end up getting hit. Which is what happened last time. Capture, says Yurley. Well, okay, but I need to get my smoke bomb ready. I'm happy to get him in the trap if we want to do that. Yurley seems convinced that it's capturable. I guess he has capture guru? No, that was an estimated capture, but sadly it was wrong. I think we're going for another trap? Fucking hell. Really, this is not appropriate. Had I actually committed to memory the fact that he wanted to capture the glacial Aglantor, I would have started with the regular one, because it is annoying to prolong the fight while obviously having a limited amount of time in which to fight this monster with smoke bombs. Here we go. Very good. Now let's sharpen up. This is one of those weapons that, again, as you can clearly see, is designed to be used at purple sharpness level. There we go. Now we don't have to squint through the fucking fog. Or smoke. It's not fog. You could say that it's a fog-like haze, but it's definitely not fog. I think that's quite clear. This is not good for my sharpness. Oh well. It's quite absurd if you think about it, that by diving into sand, he's somehow going to melt, but whatever. Don't question it. But yeah, it's not comfortable to hunt a monster with a smoke bomb in effect, because you can't see as clearly during it. That's just the trade-off that you live with, I suppose, but it is very refreshing to go back to hunting without the smoke bomb. It has to be admitted. Oh god. Alright, I'll sharpen back up. I'm already down to white, due to the fact that your sharpness depletion is doubled when attacking something that you would otherwise be bouncing on. Whether you bounce or not, if it was designed for you to be bouncing on it, or off it, you will have double depletion of sharpness. Mind's Eye doesn't prevent that. It only prevents the bouncing effect. I did for the longest time believe that bouncing on a part of the monster would decrease the amount of damage dealt, but it actually doesn't. And to me, it was only logical that it would decrease the amount of damage dealt, but you deal full damage, it just doubles your sharpness consumption. Which I always knew as well, but I assumed that it was both a case of bouncing physically, having your sharpness depleted further, and also dealing less damage. But no, it was only two of those three. As you can see, the range of that bite attack is a bit bothersome. I was fortunately just out of the range of it, but I would not have been surprised had I been hit by that. I wouldn't have been utterly shocked beyond all words. I was half expecting to be hit. Look at that delayed attack. What's that about? I haven't been hitting the head very much, but it's a dangerous thing to be attacking. There we go, broke that claw. I think that's all claws broken now. Surprisingly, the chest has yet to be broken. It will happen in due time. Due time, I say. Oh no, still one more claw back here. Oh, come on, how do you fucking... Why would you go in that direction? I mean, I get that you always go in the counter direction to where one would expect, but that's going a bit far. There was no one over there. Not even close. But of course, I evaded into it. That is the design. What kind of... Okay. I will answer your questions in turn. What is my main weapon? I don't have one. I use all weapon types. I do have a favorite weapon, I guess, which is probably greatsword, but I use everything. My favorite weapon depends on the day that you ask. Some days it's sword and shield, some days it's bowgun, some days it's greatsword. I don't have a main weapon. As for what accent I have, I don't know. I suppose it's an Australian accent because I live in Australia. There are many permutations of Australian accent. Some are the "G'day mate, how you going?" And then others are me. Well, one other at least would be me. I find heavy Australian accents to be insufferable. But that's just me. That's just me, mate. Fair dinkum. I'll do another hunt. I'll continue for as long as I feel able. Again, I was concerned that I was feeling a bit tired, but I had a sudden boost of energy. Not for any particular reason. I just, like how... No, I'm not going to make that analogy. I was going to make a very unsavory analogy, and I've decided not to do that. But basically, fatigue comes in waves, I guess. And I'm on the... I guess the ascent. I'm on the peak as opposed to the trough, you know what I mean. And then I'm sure I'll go downhill again, and then when I hit the trough next time, I'll be very tired. Yuli has posted a quest. It is Island Warfare with Jaggy, and green phallic object with wings. Yes, that monster is a dick. You're right. Not just visually, but also he is figuratively a dick. You live in South America? It's funny, the New Zealand accent and the South American accent are the only two that sound alike. Well, let me rephrase that. The only thing that sounds similar to a New Zealand accent would be a South American accent, and vice versa, because you guys swap your vowels around. And that's weird. Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway. Your vowels are just not what they should be. You just change them, because why not? Wait, South America. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. I'm totally sorry. I'm very tired. I read South Africa. You said South America. There is not just one accent. Although I guess the fact that Spanish is the spoken language may mean that there are. Ignore me. I'm tired. Anyway, yes, you are in South America, not South Africa. We've established this, and I'm glad. What was the monster again? I will set myself up for Plesioth. So I'll bring a thunder weapon, and something that I can tolerate using underwater. Switch axe. I never use switch axe, do I? Can I tolerate using switch axe underwater? Today, yes. This evening, yes. But not all the time. Nether Excellion. I don't like this weapon. I don't like the weapon type, and I also don't like this weapon. I suppose the weapon design is fine, I just don't like the stats. I wish that it were more elementally focused. This is a weapon that, despite the fact... Let me rephrase that. Despite the fact that Abyssal Lagia cruise weapons are generally elementally focused, much like Elatrion would be, this is a switch axe that has a small amount of thunder damage. And I don't know why. I hate it. Pisses me off. Fuck this weapon. But it's the switch axe that I choose to use for thunder. So maybe I need to go and find an alternative. I would imagine that there is an ivory laggy switch axe. I may actually have a look. I'm going to open my 3G decks and have a look at Thunder switch axes, and I'll see if there's one that jumps out at me as being better than this thing. Yeah. Why? Come on. Give me a break. This is a big Jaggy. Big Jaggy. Possibly Gold Crown Large. I mean, look at the size of him. He looks like a fucking baggy. He's baggy size. If you guys don't want to come here and see the big Jaggy, then that's on you, but I'm telling you he's big. Maybe gold, excuse me, maybe Silver Crown, but he seems big to me. As far as I'm aware, they do get very small, so if I were to compare what exists in my mind's eye as a small Jaggy, this one's gigantic. But I can imagine them getting bigger than this. There we go. All gone. I see why I'm using this one. It's because this is the only one with power file. Of all the Thunder Switch axes that exist in G-Rank, this is the only one with a power file. All the others are element file. Yeah, this is probably the best one. I do like the ivory one though. It may even look better. In fact, it does. It looks way better than this fucking switch axe. I'm tempted to use the ivory one instead. Even though I generally prefer power file over element file switch axes, I think I'd rather use the ivory one. I wonder if I can make it. I probably can, you know. That is unless I have to start at fucking low rank laggy. If I have to start at low rank Lagiocrus to make that switch, I just see Yuli kicking. If I have to start at low rank Lagiocrus to make that fucking ivory laggy switch axe, yeah, I might not be able to just make it right now, but I'll have a look after this hunt. If anyone has come equipped with a frog, that would be great, but I think we're going to have to gather for one. Tavo may have already brought one. He seems to, well, I just instantly gathered one myself. Looks like Tavo wants to be the one to fish him out. That's a green frog. I'm gonna drop a frog as well, fuck it. There's a red frog. Look how red he is. Do the colours change each time? No, apparently I actually picked a fucking red frog up out of the ground. How does that work? Is there literally some sort of invisible indicator as to the colour of the frog that I've picked up? That's really funny. Oh no, it coincides with your player colour. That's what's going on. Well, sorry, I do realise it's... Sorry, Yuli. You're here with your hammer trying to do things with it, and I've just dropped a bomb right where you're... Well, actually, that's not entirely dissimilar to what happened with that gen hunt, when you dropped a bomb right on the fucking leg, or the arm, rather, of the gen while I was trying to attack it. So, I got you back, unintentionally. Hello, Florin. Yes, Yuli and I are playing on the original servers. What is going on with the fucking connection? Who's hosting this one? It must be a European, it's probably Yuli. But yeah, this is a bit of a wacky host. Here we go. It's beatdown time. Morph back into axe mode. Can barely see what's going on. And you're on the ground. Florin, I don't know if you've ever seen an underwater Plesioth fight, but you're not going to see it because the monster's dead. But, yeah. Hello, Angel. Welcome. And Tavo is off somewhere. Where are you headed? Go fucking gather for bloodstones. Or kill some Epi off. That's another option. We'll go get some bloodstones, hey? Or is it red coral stone? Am I thinking of bloodstone or something? No, it's red coral stone, I think. Yeah, I'm getting confused with the mining material from the tundra. Sorry. It's been so long. Like, we're talking Monster Hunter Tri here. Gathering for red coral stones in the deserted island, or the Moga Woods as they were. Well, the thing with Powerfile is that it increases your affinity. And I find that to be much better than giving yourself increased elemental damage. That's the way I look at it. It's good of you to ask why you are recommended to do that, though, rather than just blindly following what people recommend. That is a creepy end screen. Can I press a button to remove that? I don't think I can. When I say remove that, I mean remove the heads-up display. But no. It's alright. I don't think we ended up getting a silver crown or even a gold crown. Well, a gold crown or even a silver crown for either of those Jaggies, so maybe I was being a bit dramatic by saying, this is a huge Jaggy. No, I think I just said he was big. Okay, let's have a look at that ivory laggy switch axe. If I can forge it outright, I'll be happy. But I don't think I can. I should look, if I were able to forge it outright, I'd have everything that I need for sure. At least the first level of the... No. First level of the G-Reg. Ugh. See what I mean? I don't have low rank stuff. I'd have to manually upgrade this all the way. From the first upgrade to the final ivory upgrade. One step at a time. But yeah, I'm not going to be powering through a long stream today. I'm not surprised to see that I can't make the ivory switch axe, but it's fine. This is really the quest that's just been put on the board. Are you for real? This is not an easy one. Well, I suppose we can do it. But we're definitely going to need some smoke bombs. That Agnoctor hunt did not require smoke bombs. This one sort of does. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is effectively the old Wyverns of the Land and Sky from 1st Gen. Or Descendants of the King, depending on the game we're talking about. It is Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos in the arena together at the same time. And it's bad news. This quest had the Fatalis theme in 1st Gen. No, I just say that to be dramatic. It is true, but any double arena quest in 1st Gen had the Fatalis theme. So It wasn't just that. Anyway, what would I want to use? That's the golden question. Probably slime, but perhaps not. Maybe I would rather have high DPS. In fact, I do have a light bow gun that shoots water and thunder. Nether Flosion shoots water and thunder. I was just noticing that recently. Check that out. Let's use this. I'm perfectly happy with that. Because I can use the water for Silver Rathlos and the thunder for Gold Rathian. I think it'll be just fine. Of course, there is the chance that I'll mess up the smoke bomb at the start of the hunt. I know that you can time it in a specific way to avoid doing that. In other words, you wait a certain amount of time and then you'll know that when you drop, they're not both going to be looking at you, but my concern is that I do not remember the timing for that. Which I'm sure none of you are surprised to hear. I will, of course, this time actually bring the fucking ammunition that I want, and not completely fail to do that, as I did last time. Much to your appreciation, I'm sure. Water and thunder. I don't know who keeps readying up, but it's not going to make this happen any faster. The amount of time it takes for me to get ready is the amount of time it takes for me to get ready. I will go with Slider and Foodie, I guess. Those seem like pretty reasonable skills to have. This isn't going to be that fun, but we're doing it. It has been a while. I can live with them. So we've got Yuli, who's not really contributing at all, obviously. A high rank Firehammer on this quest is not really going to be doing anything. Whatever. Let's go. Someone else jumped in. Fuck. They've both seen me. Well, what would you have me do? If they're both fucking standing there, staring at me, what am I supposed to do? Huh? This is gonna suck. Whatever. Seriously, it's impractical to have us fucking reset if we fail to get the smoke bomb off, so... Yeah, I'm not actually rapid firing this, obviously. I don't know which one we're starting with. Have we made a decision? Looks like we're doing this one. Fine. Fuck off. I'll try to keep in peak performance. I don't know why we're doing this quest. This is really stupid. Scott's bright idea was to do this quest. I don't know if he wants something in particular. Probably a mantle from one of them. But it's just a stupid idea. Yes, this quest can be done properly, but as far as I'm concerned, smoke bombing is the best way to have it be smooth and quick, but this is not smooth and quick, obviously. I can't even get the opportunity to shoot the monster. Have you been witnessing this? I don't even have the chance to start shooting, practically. Yeah, well, oh, okay, apparently we can't keep a consistent fucking target. That is a great start. Let's just switch targets mid-hunt. Real helpful. They're not confusing at all. Fuck me. This is not the sort of quest that's going to wake me up. This is the sort of quest that's just gonna... Like, I'm too jaded at this stage to deal with it. I don't want any of what this is right now. And you know, there's nothing I could have done. If I knew the timing for dropping into the area when the monsters aren't going to be staring at me, then that would be fine, but I don't know the timing. So, sorry. At least I'm in peak performance, I guess. I think the face is a good target for elemental damage, but I find the wings to be a bit more comfortable. Strangely, an easier target. Good flash bomb. Oh, fuck off. The temptation to max potion is there, but I won't do it. I don't want to be lazy. Most of the temptation was there because I wanted to get back into peak performance, but it's fine. Someone life powdered, which was good of them to do. Very good. Now, let's not have this Rathian interrupt the paralysis. We've been waiting for this opportunity, and we don't need it to be spoiled. I barely got any damage out because I was having to deal with this stupid bitch. Ugh. There we go, flinched him in the air, which was good. No doubt aided by Tavo Show building up flinch damage with bounce bombs. Here we go, I'm just going to animation cancel that with the reload. Now, at least with that one, I can say pretty comfortably that was me entirely. There you go, thank you for contributing there, Rathian. Let's stay in peak performance if we can. I couldn't fucking get out of the way, sorry. I was being nice and careful, but obviously that can only help insofar as you're not standing up against a wall when an attack comes that you need to avoid. No. No. Can you fuck off? Seriously. Depending on where I could have been standing there in relation to the movements of his legs, I could have just died there on the turnaround, but unfortunately that did not happen, which I'm pleased to see. Well, Yuli has now KO'd the monster for precisely no one to take advantage of. Oh no, Scott wants to change targets. Instead of using that KO with the... Well, technically you could take advantage of it by, you know, attacking the other monster without the risk of being hit by the Rathian, but whatever. Fuck me. Scott has now just changed targets. Go away. Go away! Probably going to be dizzy this time, yes. Shut up. There's the paralysis. Okay, that's a good time for you to be flinched. Oh my god, thank God for that. No, stop it. I will max potion this one because this is pissing me off. I'm sick of taking heavy damage constantly. Alright. It's Thundershot time. You want to relax now? Tavo is getting a raw deal over there. You can stop running around whenever you are ready. No. Look at the range of that. That's no fun at all. Essentially, we're over the main hurdle of the hunt. Getting past that period where there's two of them running around at the same time is really the main difficulty. That's typically surpassed by making use of smoke bombs, but it's not a requirement. It just really fucking helps. There you go. Aim for that face, huh? Well, that was fairly well done, I would say. It puts it into context if you think about it, or puts it into perspective. When I say that after all that, Yuli was actually using a high rank fire hammer. Imagine if we had 4 people running full G rank damage. Would have been really nicely done. Just goes to show that technique can indeed trump effectiveness generally. Maybe not in all situations, but yeah, it was good after all, and I'm happy that it turned out well, but it still fucking pissed me off that I couldn't get that smoke bomb at the start. You know, if I failed the smoke bomb partway through, so be it, but to be seen by both of them before I could even put one down was very annoying. Didn't even have a chance to avoid fighting 2 at the same time. Oh dear. Well, I got a Rathian mantle there, that's my 9th, so I'm not really in need of them, but makes me feel bad, honestly. Hunter rank 501. It's good to be in the 500s. It's been a long time coming. Oh dear. I'll do one more hunt. I've got that much in me. Sort of. I don't have like 1 foot in the grave, don't worry, I'm alive. Can you stop shitting yourself? Fucking Twitch. Fucking Twitch. Yeah, okay, brilliant. Now pause. You know what it means to pause? Fuck you. I hate you, Twitch. With all my heart and all the passion that I can muster, I hate you. You never fucking work. Whether it's on a desktop or on a mobile device, doesn't matter. You just don't work. Alright. Well, particularly on a mobile device. Monster Fisher, here we go. Remember when I thought we were fighting Ludroth and Plesioth? Well, this time it is Plesioth and another monster. It's not 2 Plesioth this time, I can relax. It's Goebel and Plesioth. I will bring Thunder, that is the common primary element across the 2 monsters. And I suppose I will have that be... No, I won't have that be Greatsword. What's a weird choice? Hunting Horn, I guess? Yeah. That would be a weird choice. High voltage verve. Check this thing out. That's a hunting horn. It's inspiring. A very impractical instrument, but it looks cool, okay? How could you even begin to play that? I'm sure someone would work it out. Here we go, exchanger, that's what I want. I want more of that, please. Alright. What are the songs on this? Attack boost large. Okay, that's pretty much all I'm going to be playing then. That is perfectly fine. It's kind of pointless for me to be running support like this. I'm boosting the damage of someone using a high rank weapon, and I'm also boosting the damage of someone who's running support anyway. The thing is, I wouldn't recommend having someone running paralysis while another person's running hunting horn, unless you've got two heavy damage dealers. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I enjoy this hunting horn visually. The stance could be a little better, but the song's fine. I do say song singular. The one that is important is attack up large. Can't always get attack up large in this game for a hunting horn, sadly. Oh, fucking hell. I don't think I've been this tired while recording in a while. Oh, are we about to demonstrate underwater fucking hunting horn? Oh my god. When was the last time I did this? Underwater hunting horn, I can't believe it. Actually, I think I did do underwater hunting horn not that long ago. I do seem to remember playing movement speed up so that I could move through the water faster. Must have been maybe a month or two ago. But I only did it once, and that was probably the first time in years when I last did it, so... Alright. I need my movement speed up, okay. You actually cover a lot of distance when you... encore underwater. Alright, what am I doing? Fuck. Alright. No, I'm just testing the waters. Okay, so those are the notes. Very good. Alright, I may as well contribute to some sort of KO. No, that's not the fucking note combination. Or note sequence, whatever you want to say. Okay, that's not it either. You know what would be awesome, Doomlink? If you could remember the damn song you're playing. That would help immensely. 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 No, I said it right the first time. Immensely with an I. Thank you, Doomlink, for speaking English. Did I fuck it up again? I did. Holy shit on a cracker. Here we go. This is how you play hunting horn, everyone. You play the songs by, you know, cueing the correct notes on the staff. That's how that works. Maybe you didn't know that. But last I checked, that was at the very least helpful. A helpful thing to do when playing hunting horn. Hello, Wonderlord. Oh, you've caught me while I'm a bit sleepy. Hopefully I'm not making any of you sleepy. Oh yeah, I'm not here to carve, I'm here to hunt. Who would have thought? Yeah, I don't know. The fatigue is catching up with me. It shall be my last hunt. Where is Goebel? Let's find out. He's over here. In Area 3, as I recall. Oh, goodness. My hand hurts too. Don't know why. Take that! And he just sits there and takes it. You dick! He sat there and took it so that he could paralyze me. What an asshole. Show some fucking respect. Did you just leave the area? No. God, you're annoying underwater. You have always been annoying underwater. And it's not just a case where any monster that is underwater is naturally annoying, it's a case of this monster being designed to piss you off underwater very well. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. I'm playing music out of a fucking pipe organ keytar that is long and impractical to play. At least I would imagine that it's impractical. I don't know where the mouthpiece is for blowing into it. I think I can see it. I think I can see it. Yeah, but look at it. It's behind his head. The mouthpiece is behind his head. How does he play it? Does he have to be an owl? Is he an owl? The owl can play a fucking whatever it is, pipe organ keytar on a long stick. But as far as human beings with ordinarily functioning necks and heads, no, not really. Everyone that comes in here asks me, no, I will not play Sunbreak. I fucking hate Rise, okay? I fucking hate that game. I wish it didn't exist. It is an insult to every person who has ever played Monster Hunter and ever will play Monster Hunter. It is an abysmal affront to everything that Monster Hunter is, okay? I will not play Sunbreak. It is a travesty. I'm sickened by everything Rise. Rise is shit. It is awful, terrible, has nothing of value. It's better off staying inside the mind of whatever warped individual conceived it. Okay? Stop asking me. I'm not playing Sunbreak. Ugh. Everyone asks me this question. Everyone asks me this question. I'm doing this for comedic effect at this point. No, I'm just sleepy. But seriously, but what about Iceborne? Is this satire at this point? Are we all here to make fun of me now? Seriously, I'm not playing that game. I'm here playing this game because I don't want to play that game. That's the reality of the situation. I don't play pseudo Monster Hunter. That's not my thing. You know, maybe you're into that. If you're into pseudo Monster Hunter, because you'll play anything that has the title Monster Hunter slapped onto it, good on you. But not me. I'm a little more specific when it comes to my preferences. My preference is that it's what it should be, and what it has been from 2004, fundamentally, to 2017. Okay? Fundamentally. Alright. At any rate, I will be taking my leave. Woke me up a bit anyway, being asked that question. Fucking hell. Yeah, sunbreak. Oh, well, I'm gonna go out and get sunbreak. What's it? Is it still called fucking master rank? Ugh. Holding my fucking dinner. Disgusting master rank. What was G2 unclear? Yeah, see you as well, Tavo. Good to hunt with you. Once Scott has left, I will close the room and also finish the live stream. Sunbreak is my favourite video game. I can fly around on a bug and ride dogs into combat. Oh, fucking dark, dude. I'd said to Scott that I was closing the room and he hasn't left yet. I've been letting him leave as a, you know, act of courtesy. It's what one should do. How yellow are you? Can I get a good shot of your skin? I missed my opportunity to get a good shot of that skin. That was a Simpson. Maybe not a Simpson, it was a lighter shade of yellow. Excuse me. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time I'm playing Monster Hunter or whatever else. Yeah, exactly. Master rank, cause we are masters and we play the real Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Yeah. There's nothing normal about Iceborne. Wonderlord. You can't in one breath say, I think Iceborne is a regular 5th gen game, and then in the next say, but it has gimmicks. The gimmick is forced upon you. Clutch Claw is a fucking travesty of proportions that cannot actually be expressed in the English language adequately. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.